Okay then, well, we are in game, we are ready to go. And off we do start. As we get into this. So, getting started, I'm just forgot to actually remind the players that this is a this is the map where you have this air blocker here, and I think soO's maybe just gonna forget that for a moment. But it's gonna be okay. There's nothing too aggressive coming on. So let's introduce these players and see what they have to bring to the table here in the quarterfinals. To the bottom left-hand side of the map, we're going to be starting with our red Zerg player. Down to the bottom left-hand side, give it up if you're cheering on soO. And he is going up against the blue Zerg to the top left-hand side of the map. It is Elazer. As soO hits his overlord, bumps his head on that wall, so doesn't quite figure out what's going on right away as the Elazer does come around the side. So you're just going to be seeing the good looks being called. Apparently a mill wants to join in with the dots as well. And it's hatch gas pull a piece, so here on System Shock, it's a map which is under the new category in the Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament. And the reason for that is we have this kind of weird watchtower setup. I mean, already you're spawning pretty close to each other, and the rush distance is pretty freaking short from this side to this side. The idea being that this is a very narrow ramp to defend initially, and then if you actually want to push in realistically, you probably have to come a bit longer down here and then back up, so it's not as long. And this is an air blocker, which means that you do not get to see what's going on right away either. You can't just kind of like fly stuff over either and be super aggressive like that, as we're going to be seeing these two watchtowers here as well. Also interesting, this pathway is blocked, so you can't walk all the way up here. You can put a unit here and you can put a unit here, and they will hold the watchtowers. The idea being that you can therefore basically hold vision. It's kind of weird because I'm not sure how much I really feel it gives you. If you hold the watchtower, it gives you vision to about here or so, and that vision is not really enough, I think, to see what's going on. I mean, it gives you saturation view of the natural, which can be useful, but I think that's the only real use for it. And I guess, I guess it's very useful in terms of it distracts from kind of one base play, and one base play could be very powerful on this map because of the shorter rush distance. So maybe that is where it does come into play, but we've not really seen players experiment in that sort of way. A lot of the aggression we have seen has been off of two bases, which is obviously very different, as we are going to be seeing these couple of lings coming up through into the center of the map to see if they can just get some information in these early stages. soO does actually have a Baneling nest as well, so you might even be looking to morph these into Banelings here, in which case you may very well get very aggressive in the near future. 8 Zerglings already on the way out, with Ling speed finishing shortly. There's not a ton of Zerglings, and it is drones already behind it as well, so he's definitely not overly committing. And those Lings just going to sit out here. No Banes morphing just yet. Okay, there we go, now starting up. Elazer's Baneling nest starting as well. He has a slightly faster third hatchery here, which is why his Baneling nest is much later, because he delayed his gas just a little bit longer. So he's pretty much always been mining that extra gas, so those first two Banes are going to finish morphing. He still has 140 gas in the bank. As he moves forwards again, just some slight pressure onto the third hatch. Again, if he can take this down with such a low commitment, would be fantastic for him, and the idea is the Banes will generally force back Zerglings and allow his own Zerglings to do quite a bit of damage at the same time. For example, here, that Baneling forces those Zerglings to run around, and as the Zerglings are running around, they're not fighting the Zerglings, which means he actually gets 2 queen kills. soO off to a fantastic start already in this game. Wow, a couple of queen kills right from the get-go there. Already making up a little bit for his continued gas mining. Always something to keep in mind when continued gas mining is a thing, is that the roaches can obviously start coming out very quickly. If he isn't going to make a lot of Banelings, where's that gas going to go? Well, you know, you could throw down a Lair and Evo, start +1, get ready for roach speed. But a lot of the time, because you have the gas so early, it can turn into a lot of aggression. It looks like that is exactly where soO is going to start taking this. Although for now, he just has to worry about staying alive. 2 Banes somehow don't quite trade out for 2 Banes. soO's 1 Baneling remaining here is just about alive, and will be able to get a big connection as Elazer, oh no, runs into a couple of Banes there. That was disastrous. And Elazer's just going to tap out at that point. He's not going to have anything to do with this. Apparently, he's just lost a little bit too much there. As he's $50 can be won per map there by the players. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well, as we go into game 2 of this. Right now, we have to the bottom right-hand side the red Zerg player. It is Elazer down a map His opponent to the upper left is the blue Zerg. Let's hear it if you're cheering on soO. Alright, so getting going, looking to see just what will happen in the next few moments. In the early stages. I'm just going to get going very quickly here with this build from Elazer. The very early pool and gas coming in and getting into play here. So it's going to be very quick Zergling speed. And Elazer will be looking towards being the aggressor here once again. As you see that spawn pool finishing, link speed starts, and two drones left in gas, which will of course let you go in towards the Baneling nest in the very near future, and to really commit to this aggression. Hatchery, gas and pool coming up here from soO at the same time. I mean, again, a large map, so maybe large enough for him to get away with this hatch gas pool and to help him out a little bit in terms of time until he has to deal with those Zerglings. Let's see how the defense will be for soO. One of the negatives is perhaps that these overlords will not necessarily see the natural right away. As we see these couple of Zerglings coming around the left-hand side. They're going all the way around the left as these overlords continuing through the center of the map. Again, that Baneling nest on the way up here from Elazer, and we're just going to be seeing a single drone into that gas there, as you're going to be seeing again a few lings just coming around the left-hand side to see what's going on. And Overlord going to be arriving in just a moment or two. And as it pops up, it is going to be seeing the lack of hatchery. And so now, Elazer is figured out. soO knows exactly what's coming his way. As we are going to be seeing the Firstlings just gathering up. I mean, they're going to morph into Banelings, right, though. He doesn't want to waste any time getting those Banes up. They're going to be a big part of the helping hand here, which is going to help him out in this game. Lings try and get themselves the Spine Crawler initially. It's defending his drones, and Lings pull in towards it. You can target that again as the Queen a little bit far forwards. I mean, so far for soO, this is going okay as the first Baneling morphs in on the right-hand side. Another couple of Banes coming in. The two Queens going to get a connection there. Couple of Lings going down. Wouldn't say that was the biggest of connections from the Banelings, and the Spine Crawler finishing is going to help soO a lot in his defense. As Elazer backs away, will morph in another couple of Banes. He's not finding that much gas. One worker left in here. A very minimal number of Banes as, oh my god, that Spine Crawler's a little bit out of position to actually help over to this left-hand side. Two Banes morphing in on the ramp. And that's something which now Elazer's going to have to deal with as well. He's going to get a good surround on those Lings on the right-hand side, and maybe he can go towards the Spine Crawler here, which is fairly low as well. He's going to maybe keep his own Banes to use on the Banelings of his opponent. As moving forwards here, well, obviously the Queen's going to try and stop that. The Transfuse will help out. Two Banes help the Spine Crawler go down, and they also blow up one single Baneling as Elazer is just setting up to maybe try and break through here in the next few moments, but is that going to be a possibility? Well, perhaps, as we're going to be seeing soO just on that ramp. We're going to be seeing the Baneling coming in and sitting at the top. Another Bane to the right-hand side. Those Lings coming around again, and the Baneling goes and gets a few Zerglings. I mean, it's Elazer who really needs these connections. soO pulls away just about in time. The double Queen is just going to help so much for this, and it feels as though already here Elazer is in a position which is just maybe a little bit too strong, as we're going to be seeing these couple of Banes continue to gather up and set up towards the front. We're going to see those Lings moving forwards as well, and well, going to be seeing there it is, just GG called. Elazer's just too far behind. It's all in, didn't. So let's go into this and see what will happen as we have to the top left-hand side our Red Zerg player. It is soO, and to the bottom left-hand side here on back pfeifen Gesicht, it is Elazer. Thank you very much to Ufel. Yeah, that is Ufel, right? Just double check quickly. Ufel coming in with the tier 3 sub. Dude, what's up? So many tier 3 subs the last couple of days. Thank you so much for the tier 3 sub. Ufel, really do appreciate the support, mate. And welcome to the Wardy family. Can we get some love in the chat for Ufel as we set up into game 3 of this? And very quickly as well, just before we do start to talk about the game, Lord Tom 111 coming in with the Twitch Prime sub as well. Thank you so much for that as well. Do appreciate it. Thank you, Lord Tom. Thank you, Ufel, very much for the support. As we see hatch gas pool from both players on either side. Now, here on back pfeifen Gesicht, you do have this interesting position where you have this gold-based natural if you want to take it. The point is, this gold base is very difficult to hold on to because it's very easy for your opponent to get units behind this mineral line and to be able to attack over the minerals in towards those workers. Same story over on this side as that hatchery comes on up from soO. I mean, obviously it's the exact same thing. It's a mirrored scenario. So, interesting setup here, as we do have the pool's going to be finished in the near future. We already have a third hatchery from Elazer coming down over on this south side. So he's going up to the triple hatch so quickly. We actually went triple hatch before pool. So Elazer going to take a roll of the dice here in this game. Was this... I really thought as though Elazer had gone hatch gas pool. Was I just completely incorrect? Did I see this wrong? Was I just not paying attention? I really thought this was hatch gas pool. I think I saw hatch gas... I really don't know. Now I'm doubting myself, but... yeah, that is strange. I mean, it definitely is double hatch before pool. So apologies for that, guys. Elazer with a very different build then. Definitely rolling the dice, but so far soO not looking to be the aggressor. And so Elazer's going to get away with it with a blinking speed that's about 15 to 20 seconds behind. It's definitely not the end of the world. It's definitely very playable. As we're just going to be seeing this drone moving up to the third base. soO also going to take a triple hatch here. So in the end, I mean, Elazer will take a slight economic advantage. Well, soO will have a slightly faster link speed to maybe make up for that a little bit, but obviously basically Elazer rolled the dice, gambled slightly, and was going to be, you know, benefited from that. You know, if soO had gone for something like a 13-12, Elazer would have been in quite a lot of trouble, so... You're not going to be seeing again the Banelin nests on the way up from both sides. soO's will be that little bit faster, just naturally with the way that these build orders work out here. And you're just going to be seeing a few more Zerglings on the way up. With link speed on either side. So link speed coming up on either side, and I was going to double check on the stream whether Elazer did start a gas. I just really feel as though he did start like a gas at a pool or something, but maybe I was just so... No, he did. Elazer went hatch gas. And a pool? Did he cancel? No, he can't. Oh, wow. Okay. So, okay, I just confirmed it by watching my stream back. The benefit of delay as soO's getting ready to be aggressive. He did go hatch gas, but then he cancelled the gas and he had the drone in position to make a spawning pool here. But he actually pulled that down to make the hatchery instead. So he actually completely changed his playstyle on the fly there. Wow. Maybe it was something to do with the Overlord Scout coming in. Either way, that's at least I wasn't imagining things because I was so sure he had taken a gas. That was very interesting. As you're going to be seeing these couple of Rotorons on the way up, as we do see Lings and a couple of Banes here from soO just sat out the front. Some Queens poking away and pushing those Zerglings up to the top side. Just going to be seeing the +1 missile attack from soO on the way up as well. So he's not really overcoming, just some very light pressure of the initial Ling Bane, as he is still going to have a couple of Banes here. Elazer's not had the best day when dealing with Banelings, honestly, so far. As one Baneling gets taken down, there's going to be these Queens picking off that Overlord. So Elazer gets himself an Overlord kill, and something which soO will have to rebuild here in the next couple of moments, as he will again have that faster +1 missile attack upgrade to work with. His lair currently about halfway done. And as his lair is about halfway done, he's adding on 10 extra drones as well, so a whole bunch of extra workers coming up here at the moment. 2 extra extractors from Elazer, whose own roach play has not actually seen an evolution chamber being made use of just yet. The evo chamber's there, he's got a lot of gas. Kind of feels like he maybe doesn't actually want to use it here. So I guess we'll see in the next couple moments as Queens gather up, Lings and a Bane gathering together. I'm just going to be having the +1 missile attack upgrade is just now halfway done. And that lair about to finish. So what's he going to do with this? Because obviously it's not going to be a roach speed or roaches, because he would have used the evo chamber already. Surely with this much gas? I mean, he's got so much gas though. It is roach speed. Is it a Nidus or something? I just can't imagine why he wouldn't start +1 attack. Does he not know he's got an evo chamber? This is very weird. I just don't really have an answer for it. As you can see, those Lings do pick off a creep tumor at least before just scaving out of there, and the Queen's able to keep on pushing that Overseer back away through the center of the map then. So that's going to be pushed away, and soO will not be able to just stick around forever. Carapace upgrade and Burrow coming on in. I think he just didn't realize he had this upgrade, or this evolution chamber on the low ground, or if he did, he's just still not making use of it, because he started an entirely new evo chamber, which he then started to upgrade from right away. It just doesn't quite make sense. Just doesn't quite make sense. As you can see, that roach speed is on its way up. Just going to be seeing more roaches and ravages on the way through then from Elazer. I mean, he's spending a lot of his gas now, and he just has so much gas as he's going to be starting to put that to use here by morphing in those Ravagers. I mean, I guess the Burrow will be interesting. He's going to throw down a Hydra's Den as well. Very intrigued. He's going to see those Lings, Roaches, and Ravagers. They'll start pushing in from the top side of soO, so he's actually ready to fight with his +1 attack. His, well, Elazer's Roach Speed just finishes. His extra Ravager's going to finish up too, but soO just seems to have a little bit too much perhaps right away, as we're just going to be seeing him pushing down to the south side. Corrosive Bows causing these units to kind of back away, jump away, and again going to re-engage once more. As again, a couple more Corrosive Bows coming in. Just going to see those Roaches and Ravagers continue to push on forwards here for soO, continue to come on into this fight, and he might just have a little bit too much right now. He might just be able to push through Elazer and actually just take the series with a clean sweep, and there it is, 3-0. soO takes it.